The forest always seemed to breathe differently at night. The crickets sang in unseen corners. The trees leaned close together as if whispering secrets, and the moon scattered patches of silver across the earth. But beneath all of that, silence resigned, thick, heavy, and the kind of silence that could crush a heart already trembling. But fate had strange ways of weaving threads together, because at that very same moment, not far from where Taehyung sat in shadows, a girl was running. Her feet were bare, the hem of her once beautiful wedding gown torn from branches clawing at it. Her veil had long been ripped off somewhere behind her in the madness of escape. The silver bangles on her wrist clinked with every hurried step, betraying her even in the silence. While the bride who refused to be caged, her chest heavy not just from running but from the storm in her heart. She had been minutes away from being forced into the hands of a man twice her age, or thrice her age, wealthy, arrogant, and cruel enough to smile when she cried. Her family had painted it as duty, as security, but she had never been the kind of girl to go her head and accept fate. Wine, breathing hard as she pushed past matches. I'd rather die than marry him. Never, never. Her boldness was her shield. Even now, her body trembled from fear, but her will remained sharp, cutting through that fear. She had always been the girl who asked why when told to obey, the girl who laughed too loud, spoke too bluntly, and fought too fiercely for a world that never accepted her too. And so, with her heart thundering and her gown ruined, she found herself stumbling into the deeper part of the forest where the shadows thickened and the night grew heavier. That's when she saw him. At first, she was nothing more than a blur of white against the black forest, a ghost. Maybe came to claim her. But as she stumbled closer, the moonlight revealed her, a girl, a bride. Her gown was torn, the satin shredded and dirt stained. Her hair was tangled, her cheeks streaked with both sweat and tears. She clutched her skirts of her dress in fistfuls as she forced her way through the trees barefoot, scraping against rocks and roots. For a moment, Taehyung could only stare. She looked like she had stepped straight out of one of his hallucinations, wild, desperate, otherworldly. But she was real, too real. She stopped a few paces away, panting, one hand braced against a tree as she caught her breath. Then her eyes fell on him, and in that instant the world seemed to hold its breath. When froze, staring at the boy crouched in the shadows, his face was pale, his eyes wide, shining faintly in the dim light like a frightened animal's. For a second, she wondered if she had run into something worse than what she was running from. But then she saw it, the loneliness in his gaze, the kind of loneliness that ground at your bones and hollowed you out until nothing was left. It was a feeling she recognized because she had lived it too. Her voice broke the silence first, soft but steady. Wine, hey, are you okay? The boy flinched as if her words were knives. His lips parted, but no sound came out. Wine tilted her head, frowning slightly. She took a cautious step closer. Wine, I'm not here to hurt you. I just you're here all alone. You're here all alone. For a moment, there was nothing but the sound of his breathing, quick, shallow, uneven. Then finally he whispered, his voice so fragile, She had to lean forward to catch it. Then, alone is better. Her brows quivered. Alone is better? Something inside her heart twisted at those words. How long had he been forced to believe that? She slowly crouched down in front of him, ignoring the way her dress dragged in the dirt. When gently but firmly, maybe, but sometimes alone. Alone or loneliness can kill you too. His hair snapped off at that. His dark eyes surged to hers, confused, wary. No one had ever spoken to him like that before. Direct comprehension with beauty. She smiled faintly, though there was nothing playful in it. Why, you don't look like someone who wants to die out here. He blinked at her, blood sparkling silently. His mind felt like it was splintering under the weight of her presence. Who was this girl who dared to sit before him? Who looked at him not with disgust but with something else, something raw and fearless. The silence stretched until his gaze finally fell to her ground. His fabric turned muddy, his eyes lingered, and then he spoke. His voice cracked. "Damn, you are a bride?" "Why?" "I was, but not anymore." Ryan snorting softly. I was running away from my wedding. I ran away. Going to do it, they wanted me to marry a man old enough to be my father. I said no. They didn't listen, so I made them listen. They strived after it was simple. Though her heart was still pounded from the escape. Taehyung blinked at her, silent again. Slowly wondered, softened his gaze as though he were looking at a star that should not exist in his heart. Then, the words started here. Women had never spoken before, quickly stuck them. Ungrateful. That was easily heard, but wait, that was impossible. Her lips creating a smile and we were lonely. The boy flinched. Her words were arrows, sharp and shrill. She wanted to look away, to hide again behind the walls he had built, but her eyes, burning bold, told him, "Captain." For the first time in years, he didn't feel invisible, terrified him. But at the back at the camp, the night Taehyung disappeared, panicked through the camp. "Mother, he's gone." "How could you yell at him like that? He must have wandered out because you broke him again." "It's all your fault." "Father, don't twist this on me. He's 20, not 2. If he can't even manage himself, maybe we're better off without." "Mother, don't you dare finish that sentence." Her hands trembled as she clutched the lantern, calling out Taehyung's name into the forest. Every rustle made her heart jump, but he never came. Meanwhile, Minjai sat near the fire, jaw-clenched. He hated how his mother's world stopped moving whenever Taehyung was involved. Minjai, of course. Taehyung get lost, and suddenly I don't exist. Sorry for my bad English, okay? I'm actually so nervous, that's why I'm stuttering. Why his family frantically searched. Taehyung was frantically searched. Actually, I can write, but I am very bad at reading this English, so please don't mind it. Taehyung was following Ryan through the dense trees after they escaped from the guards who chased her. Why do you keep staring at me like that? Taehyung, you saved me. Ryan, saved you? I just didn't want your sobbing to give me away. You were too loud. He flinched, but instead of sulking, he nodded like she was right. That made her frown. Ryan, wow, you don't even fight back. Most of the guys would have snapped at me. Taehyung, I'm not most guys. She didn't reply. She was too busy figuring out how to survive without being dragged back to her wedding. They got all tired and sat in the near stone beside a field. Wine. Oof, I can't even walk anymore in this piece of tent. Taehyung, you are tired so easily, huh? You should do exercise daily. You're becoming aunty day by day. Wine. What? What did you call me? Do I look like this auntie to you? Damn, your auntie that can't even walk so long. Wine. What? I'm still 21. And how dare you to call me auntie, huh? What do you mean by I can't walk? I can't do it. Okay, let me show you then. His words hurted her female ego, so she got up. Wine. Get up. I said right now get up and we will walk, she said in her angry tone. Damn, I'm so sorry, auntie. I didn't mean to hurt you. Why? No, get up and let's walk. Come on. Taehyung got up, obeying her. She started to walk and dragged him too. He then walked, matching her pace. She was walking so quickly. as as he had hurted her female ego. But after some time, they eventually got tired. Taehyung, I can't even walk anymore, he said while huffing. Why? You were not tired, right? You are care that you can walk more than me and I'm an auntie, right? सारी हवा निकल गई ना तेरी खुद्दू. Taehyung started to cry. Why? Now what happened? Taehyung, you're bad. You're scolding me. I want to go to my mom. I need my mom right now. You're so bad, auntie. Why? Oh, what the hell? Are you a kid or what? I didn't say anything to you. Damn, no, you are so bad. You scolded me now. Damn, I won't go with you. Why? Okay then, sit here. I am going. Bye. One started to move ahead, but then suddenly she fell down badly on her face. Taehyung started to laugh so loudly. Taehyung, sorry. Auntie, you fall down. Wine angrily got up and glared at him, but watching him laughing, she also started to laugh. Taehyung, oh, you're so funny, auntie. Wine stopped laughing and it hit her ego. Wine, you piece of shit. She started to fetch him and he ran ahead to not beaten by her. They both started running. Wine, you kid? Stop. I won't leave you easily. Damn, catch me if you can, auntie. But after some time, he stopped at his place and started huffing. Wine, I finally got you. Taehyung didn't say anything but stayed silent and looked forward. Wine, what happened? Taehyung pointed at the front side and said, see there, auntie, there are lights. Wine looked at there, and to her goodness, there was a small village whose lights were beaming in the dark, starry night. Wine, finally, we can get some help. They eventually stumbled into a small disconnected village where the time feels frozen. No internet, no cameras, no luxuries, just wooden huts, oil lamps, and curious villagers. Wine knocked on a door as they needed to find a shelter for them. The door opened and an old lady came out of the house. Old lady, who is there? She looked at both of them and invited them to her house without any words. Ryan looked at her confusingly. She looked at Ryan and said, old lady, young love, don't worry, I won't ask anything. Ryan whispering, couples? He's like a lost puppy following me. But Taehyung listened her. Taehyung, do you want to me? Do you want to bark? Do you want me to bark then? Sorry. Ryan, face palming. Oh my god. Old lady. Come couples, this is a room. Sorry. She showed them a room which was quite small but cozy. Old lady, I know this is small, but I don't have any room here. This is my son and daughter-in-law's room. But now they are in the city, so you both can stay here as long as you both want. I don't have any problem. Some couple also come and stay, so don't worry. One just nodded her head. Taehyung, Grandma, can I get a blanket, please? Grandma, yes, it's in the cupboard here. Thank you, Grandma.